Welcome everyone to the lecture on culinary linguistics. In this section, we are going to explore the fascinating intersection between language and food. This is an area of linguistics that shows how words we eat, how we name our foods, and how we talk about them all reflect deeper aspects of our culture, identity, and communication. Since this is an introductory aspect, we are going to cover the main meanings of culinary linguistics. In the next video, we are going to the next section. Now, what is culinary linguistics? Culinary linguistics is the study of relationship between food and language. It is an interdisciplinary field that draws from linguistics, anthropology, and culture. Welcome everyone to the lecture on culinary linguistics. In this section, we are going to explore the fascinating intersection between language and food. This is an area of linguistics that shows how words we eat, how we name our foods, and how we talk about them all reflect deeper aspects of our culture, identity, and communication. Since this is an introductory aspect, we are going to cover the main meanings of culinary linguistics. In the next video, we are going to the next section. Now, what is culinary linguistics? Culinary linguistics is the study of relationship between food and language. It is an interdisciplinary field that draws from linguistics, anthropology, and cultural studies. Here, we don't look at food as something we consume, no, but as a form of communication. Food names, recipes, menus, proverbs all carry meaning, and by analyzing them, we see how language reflects cultural traditions and social values. I'm sure you agree with me that food names carried identity. Before we name a food or the name we call our food, reflects or shows our cultural value. Now, food names are not just labels, they carry strong cultural and society identity. For example, one of the language spoken in Nigeria, Yoruba, we have this food called amala, and the soup, ewedu. While in English, you may hear the yam flour meal, which is the amala, or vegetable soup, the ewedu. The way food is named shows us where it comes from, because the moment you hear the word amala, amala is word from what? Africa, where in Africa, the Yoruba culture. Though there might be another varieties of food in other places, like maybe India, preparing the same way, but the name distinguishes them, and ewedu as well. The way food is named shows us where it comes from, as we said, what it means to people, and sometimes even signal belonging. That is why when you hear someone say pounded yam instead of inyo, that's one of the favorite food in Yoruba culture as well, then you will signal that this food is from some sort of place. There's this common food in Africa where we call fufu. Many people believe that the fufu is also one of the tribe, is my tribe food, is my culture food, is my tribe food. But etymologically, the names has not any cognitive meaning to most of the people in Africa culture, but it belongs to somewhere else in Africa, which you may immediately know which cultural group they belong to. Recipes and instructional language also play a vital role. in their food name. For instance, recipes are one of the clearest examples of language in the kitchen. They usually use imperative verbs such as add, stir, boil, serve, and so on. The structure is direct, concise, and designed to guide the cook step by step. This shows us how language can function as a tool of action. If we analyze recipe, we can see pattern in word choice, grammar, and style that are unique to the culinary domain, rather. I'm sure you agree with me that at times when we perceive the taste, we are okay, we feel okay. You know, then just how do we perceive the taste? At times we perceive taste through the ordinary or menu or food advertisements. Now, menus and food advertisements use language strategically. A restaurant's menu may not simply list fried rice, but instead describe it as delicious golden fried rice, served with tender chicken. The word are carefully chosen to pursue and attract customers. This teaches us how language creates imagery and influences decision making, showing that words have a direct impact on our perspectives, even before we eat. There are many words we use in our daily idiomatic expressions and proverbs. Food also play a vital role in this aspect. Food appears very often in proverbs and idioms. This expression tells us about the importance of foods in everyday life. For example, in English we said breadwinner for the person who provides for the family, or spill the beans. I'm sure you know what that means. It means revealing a secret. And one of the languages also in Africa where we have the Onjed Ogun Oro. The Onjed which means food, Ogun which means mercy, and the Oro which means discussion. That is, food is the mercy for discussion. And I'm sure that if you are famished or you are hungry, discussion will tire you easily. So can you now see the power of